Start with why Boxall's 2003 paper is so influential. Earlier HR research mostly focused on manufacturing, especially on high-performance work systems. Think selective hearing, training, incentives, and employee involvement. These practices are often explained using the AMO model: ability, motivation, and opportunity. Studies showed that firms using these systems usually perform better, and employees benefit too. But Boxall asks a crucial question: can HR provide a real competitive edge in the service sector, not just in factories? And if so, where and how? This sets the stage for a deep dive into how HR strategy can shape success in services. Service sector is massive and incredibly diverse, ranging from fast food chains to luxury hotels and consulting firms. What makes services unique is their reliance on employee-customer interactions, the so-called service moment. Competition in services can be all about price in some markets, while in others it's about quality or expertise. This means HR strategies in services must be tailored to the specific market segment. Unlike manufacturing, where processes are standardized, services require a more nuanced approach to managing people. Boxall reviews real-world case studies to show how HR strategies shift depending on the customer and market type. For example, in call centers, low-end operations focus on scripts and volume, while high-end centers require more skill and pay better. In elder care, cheap nursing homes cut costs while premium homes invest in staff and training. Hotels and consulting firms show similar splits. Across all these industries, the key is that HR strategy always aligns with the type of customer and service being delivered. Boxall introduces a powerful model that links the type of service market to competitive dynamics in HR strategy. He identifies three types: mass service markets, mixed mass plus higher value segments, and differentiated knowledge-intensive markets. Each type has its own challenges and opportunities for HR to create value. Understanding which market you're in is the first step to crafting an effective HR strategy. Mass service markets include fast food, supermarkets, and petrol stations. These jobs are routine, require basic know-how, and are highly standardized. Competition is fierce and price-driven, so companies pay minimum wages and invest little in training. There's very limited scope for HR to provide a real advantage, unless the company has a strong brand like McDonald's, which can justify better selection and training to deliver consistent service. Second type covers industries like elder care, hotels, and call centers, where there's a mix of low and higher value segments. Some jobs are routine, but others require more skill and discretion. Here, competition is a mix of cost and quality. In low-cost segments, HR looks like type 1, but in premium segments, firms invest in training, pay, and employee involvement. The catch: these advantages are often temporary because competitors can quickly copy quality practices. Third type includes law firms, consulting, medicine, and architecture, places where knowledge and expertise are everything. Work is highly autonomous and creative, and competition is based on quality and reputation. Here, HR and business strategy merge. Who you hire is your strategy. Firms invest heavily in attracting and retaining top talent, often through autonomy, pay, and partnership models. But there's a risk: top experts may demand a big share of the profits, making it tricky to balance value. Even when HR can create an advantage, two big challenges threat sustainability. First, imitation. Competitors can copy your HR practices like training or customer care models. It's much harder for them to copy unique cultures or learning systems. Second, appropriation. Skilled employees or executives may capture too much value through high salaries or bonuses. Firms must balance fair value distribution to keep the advantage within the company. Boxall outlines 5 key conditions for HR strategy to create and sustain competitive advantage in services. First, there must be a profitable customer segment that values differentiation. Second, worker skills and motivation must be improvable in cost-effective ways. Third, the firm needs enough capital to fund HR investments. Fourth, managers must have the insight and will to implement the right practices. Finally, barriers to imitation and appropriation must be in place to protect the advantage. First condition is the customer proposition. There must be a segment of customers willing to pay for differentiation, whether that's better quality, expertise, or unique service. Without a market that values what you offer, even the best HR practices won't deliver a competitive edge. This is why understanding your market is so critical before investing heavily in people. Second and third conditions are the HR and financial propositions. The company must be able to improve worker skills and motivation in a way that's cost-effective. At the same time, it needs enough financial resources to fund these investments, like training, better pay, or new systems. Without the right people and the money to support them, HR strategy can't deliver lasting results. Fourth and fifth conditions are all about leadership and sustainability. Managers must have the insight and political will to implement the right HR practices, even when it's tough. And for the advantage to last, the firm needs barriers to imitation, like unique cultures or routines, and must manage appropriation risks so value isn't lost to individuals. Only then can HR truly drive long-term success. Let's quickly compare the 3 service market types side by side. Type 1 is all about cost and efficiency, with little room for HR advantage. Type 2 offers some scope for HR to make a difference, especially in premium segments, but it's hard to sustain. Type 3 is where HR can really shine, but only if the firm can manage the risks of top talent capturing too much value. Each type requires a different HR approach, tailored to its unique challenges. High-performance work systems aren't just for elite industries. Boxall shows they can work in mid-range services too, as long as there's a profitable segment to target. The key is matching HR investment to the market's willingness to pay for quality or expertise. With the right strategy, even mid-tier service firms can build a real HR edge. Summary: HR can be a genuine source of competitive advantage in the service sector, but only when the market rewards differentiation, the firm invests wisely in people, and management protects against both external imitation and internal appropriation. Success requires ongoing learning, strong leadership, and a clear understanding of where HR can make the biggest impact. Boxall's framework helps us see exactly where and how HR can drive service sector success.